Hi, so my name's Maryjayne Aria. I am the author of a new book that comes out by the time you're watching this. It's been published already. It comes out on the 1st of February and it is Immune Health, Terrain and GcMAF. GcMAF has been my study for 20 years, and in between that time, I've come across some wonderful people. And one of those people, you may have seen him before in a previous video. He's going to introduce himself in a moment, and he is going to start by telling you his journey, where his journey started with cancer, up until slowly to where he is today. So, if you would like to introduce yourself, Michael.
Yeah, sure. I'm Michael van Zelst from Holland in Europe. 53, self-employed, working mainly fixing high-end kitchens and being like an all-round carpenter for 25 years. I've I have a wife and a daughter, and I had a good life. And then last year on June 2nd, um, I went to the doctor because I was a little short of breath, and they said almost immediately the X-rays weren't good. So I was thinking they did something wrong or something like that. But
Could I ask you why you first visited the doctor, Michael? What
yeah,
was
just because I
happening
was
to
a
you?
bit short breathed, nothing serious, just yeah. But it could have been
And you
due to,
just passed it off as some kind of virus, I
yeah,
guess.
and I was really busy, too much work, stress, stuff like that. And then the next day they called me and they said you have to go to the ER. And I was like, okay. And she said, bring clothes for a day or two. And I was like, okay. I told my wife, my daughter, who was 14 at the time. We went to the doctor and to the ER. They were waiting for me. I was admitted almost immediately. And I had a scan, blood taken.
So,
They put us in a
sorry, you
room.
were admitted on the basis of the tomography, the scans, is
Yes,
that
just of
correct? Okay.
one single picture, nothing more. And then we were put in a room. We sat there for a little over an hour and a half. And then the doctor came in and he said, well, it's way worse than we thought. I was like, okay, what's wrong? He says, well, you've got lung cancer and you've got a tumor around your windpipe and your esophagus, your throat,
Esophagus.
esophagus, yes. And he said, well, we want to do a biopsy and go from there. I said, no, I'm not interested in a biopsy because I've read a lot about it and of all um, the things that could go wrong and do go wrong. And he said, "Okay, then I'll."
So you declined the
Yeah, I declined his help at that moment, and he wasn't happy about it. So he said, "Well, okay, then we take out the IV, and you can go home, and I'll give you like 3 months." I said, "Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that." But at that moment, my wife and my daughter were in tears because, yeah, it was hard news being told so bluntly. But yeah, a nurse came, they took out the IV, and we went home. Then I almost immediately contacted a friend from Facebook who told me years before, if you ever get sick, let me know and I'll help you. I was like, I think this is the time. So I called him. His name's Hans. I sent him a message through Messenger, and within an hour he reacted and he said, go to this website, get his stuff, and start immediately. And that's what I basically did. And in the meantime, he
So
advised
we're
me to use.
talking about GcMAF here, basically.
Yes, we are. And he told me he's been sick in, I believe it was 2013. He had treatment in Holland, which didn't work. And as a last resort, he went to Mexico with his daughter to a clinic from a Mexican doctor, and they helped him there. And he came back home 3 months later, and he was cured.
Mm.
So I remembered his story, and that's why I've got nothing to lose now. So that's exactly what I did. And
So
in the
basically, Michael, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, so you went for a diagnosis, and of course there was a biopsy. But in your particular case, and that's what we're talking about here, it's very
Mhm.
important that people know this is your
Yes,
story
yes,
and the history with your terrain of your
Mhm.
body, not anyone else's.
Yes.
So um, you